Fondues, a culturally accepted culmination of friends and brethren that is widely regarded as a jolly time where people can cook food as they engage in the wonders of conversation. Question is though, do you know all the rules of fondue? We'll start with the simple one, meat placement. There are two things that you need to know about meat placement. The most important placement you should know is where to place your meat. So, position well. Take this for example here. Billy here needs to figure out where to place his meat. He then decides to place it on Josh's plate. This is a good thing, as you should never place both cooked and uncooked meat on the same plate. Next, you want to eyes it. This comes down to 3 categories as to how you should place your meat. You'll want to prioritize, alphabetize, and combo eyes. Take note as to what Rebecca is doing here. This leads to a much easier method as to how you should tackle your food. Fork etiquette is also important. The most important idea is to color coordinate. Pay attention to Billy and take note as to what he's doing wrong. Did you notice? Excellent! Thanks to Melanie, Billy will not confuse his forks with Jim, who was also using yellow. Speaking of Jim, heed to what mistake he is doing here. He decides that his fork is not enough and decides to commit an act of treason to the nation of fondue. This is horribly wrong. You have your own forks. Use them. Now it comes down to the physically dipping of your meat. The most important idea you should stick by is to keep a set area in the bowl of oil. Notice here how every one of our fonduers has a set area for their fork. Furthermore, Billy makes the mistake here of going in like a ravaged beast. Fonduing is much like sex, where you should take your time and go in gently. Now we get to the touchy subject of floaters. When you lose a piece of meat as you're cooking it, much like Melanie here, you must take a step back and attempt to fix your problem. All floaters must be saved. No exceptions. Now we finally get to the cardinal rule of fondues, or as we like to call it, the golden rule. This rule is simple. Pay attention to what Josh does here. Did you notice his mistake? Yes! He committed the act of murder. Under no circumstances pour the boiling oil onto any of your friends, as this could lead to eventual second-degree murder charges. Now that you know all this, have a safe and fun fondue experience.